Have you ever pondered the secrets of a tranquil mind in the midst of chaos? Today we take a plunge into the depths of a mind that thrived in an era of turmoil, the mind of a man called Seneca. Lucius Annaeus Seneca, a prominent figure in the Roman Empire, was renowned not just for his political acumen, but for something far more profound, his philosophy. In a world riddled with power struggles and constant upheaval, Seneca stood as a beacon of tranquility and wisdom. His composure, his serenity, and his ability to remain unperturbed in the face of adversity were nothing short of remarkable. But how, you might wonder, did he manage to maintain such an unshakable calm? The answer lies in his philosophy, Stoicism. Stoicism, a school of thought that originated in the 3rd century BC, is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. It advocates for the pursuit of virtue, the highest form of good, and encourages individuals to focus on what they can control, letting go of what they can't. Seneca, a dedicated student of Stoic philosophy, took these principles to heart. His writings and letters, brimming with wisdom and insight, have served as a guiding light for many, even in the 21st century. Despite the passage of nearly 2,000 years, the relevance of his teachings remains undiminished. Whether it's dealing with life's trials, finding inner peace, or understanding the nature of happiness, Seneca's interpretation of Stoicism offers invaluable lessons. His philosophy, characterized by its practicality and its focus on personal growth and self-improvement, resonates with many of us today more than ever. In our fast-paced, chaotic world where stress and anxiety often take the reins, Seneca's teachings remind us of the possibility of tranquility, of a calm within the storm. His life and philosophy serve as a testament to the power of the mind and the potential of human resilience. The key to Seneca's peace, as it turns out, lies in the principles of Stoic philosophy. So what exactly is Stoic philosophy? Let's unpack this ancient school of thought that has been influencing thinkers, leaders, and everyday people for centuries. Stoicism is a philosophy that was born in the vibrant heart of Athens, Greece, around 300 years before the Common Era. It was founded by Zeno of Citium, but our focus today is on its later proponent, Lucius Annaeus Seneca, a Roman Stoic philosopher, statesman, and dramatist. Stoicism, as a philosophy, is built upon a few fundamental tenets. At the heart of it lies virtue, which Stoics considered the highest form of good. Virtue, in this context, is not about moral righteousness alone. It's about living in harmony with nature, understanding the world around us, and acting in ways that align with this understanding. Virtue is about wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It's important to note that Stoics believed virtue is the only real good. External things like wealth, reputation, and even health were considered indifferent. They can be preferred or not, but they don't affect a person's virtue or moral worth. Another central tenet of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Stoics distinguished between things that are up to us, like our beliefs, desires, and actions, and things that are not up to us, like the weather, the past, or other people's actions. They argued that we should focus our energy only on the things we can control and accept with tranquility the things we cannot. This acceptance is not a form of resignation, but a profound understanding of the nature of things. It's about acknowledging the impermanence of life, the cyclical nature of the universe, and the fact that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. Stoicism, therefore, is a practical philosophy. It's about action, not just contemplation. It's about living in the present, focusing on the tasks at hand and doing our best without worrying about the results. Stoicism, in essence, teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. It's a philosophy that, if practiced, can lead to a life of tranquility, resilience, and fulfillment. But how did Seneca interpret and apply these principles? Let's delve into the heart of Seneca's Stoic philosophy, as revealed through his essays and letters. Seneca's interpretation of Stoicism pivots on rational thinking. He held that rationality, the distinguishing feature of human beings, should guide our actions and decisions. The exercise of reason, according to Seneca, leads to clarity of thought and the ability to discern right from wrong. It's like a compass guiding us through the tumultuous sea of life, helping us navigate with wisdom and integrity. Another cornerstone of Seneca's Stoicism is the cultivation of tranquility in the face of adversity. For Seneca, life is replete with challenges and tribulations. However, instead of letting these events rattle us, he urges us to remain calm and composed. He likens adversity to a rigorous training ground, a space where we can test and strengthen our resilience. It's not about avoiding the storm, but learning to sail through it. Seneca also extols the virtue of pursuing moral goodness over material wealth. In his letters, he wrote about the emptiness of chasing after riches and status. He argued that the pursuit of virtue, on the other hand, leads to genuine fulfillment and peace of mind. For Seneca, a virtuous life isn't measured by the abundance of one's possessions, but by the richness of one's character. Seneca's Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or living a life devoid of pleasure. Instead, it's about exercising control over our responses, maintaining a balanced perspective, and striving for moral excellence. To sum it up, Seneca's interpretation of Stoicism is a philosophy of resilience, rationality, and virtue. It's about maintaining our equilibrium amidst life's upheavals, making wise decisions guided by reason, and prioritizing moral integrity over material gains. Seneca's Stoicism is a powerful guide to leading a fulfilling life, even amidst turmoil. His words echo through the centuries, reminding us that true wealth lies not in what we have, but in who we are. So let's take a leaf out of Seneca's book and strive to live a life of virtue, reason, and resilience. But how does Stoicism lead us to happiness? A question that piques our curiosity, doesn't it? Well, let's dive into it. The philosophy of Stoicism places a strong emphasis on internal virtues over external circumstances. It's not about what's happening around us, but rather how we choose to perceive and respond to it. This, according to Stoicism, is the path to a tranquil mind and the true essence of happiness. Now you might be thinking, but isn't happiness found in success, in wealth, in recognition? To answer that, let's take the example of a man who has all of these in abundance, Bill Gates. Despite being one of the wealthiest individuals on the planet, Gates has often emphasized that internal satisfaction far outweighs material success. His happiness, he says, comes not from his immense wealth, but from his work in philanthropy, from learning, and from his relationships. You see, Stoicism teaches us that our happiness should not hinge on things we cannot control. External circumstances, our wealth, our status, the opinions of others, are fleeting and subject to change. But our internal virtues, our character, our wisdom, our ability to remain calm in the face of adversity, these are things we have control over. These are the things that can bring us true, lasting happiness. It's not about denying ourselves the pleasures of life or rejecting success. Rather, it's about understanding that these are not the sources of true happiness. True happiness comes from within, from living a life of virtue and wisdom, from the peace that comes with accepting the things we can't change and focusing instead on improving ourselves. So Stoicism encourages us to shift our focus inwards, to seek happiness not in the external, but in the internal. It's a path that might seem challenging at first, but the rewards it offers are immeasurable. True happiness, as per Stoics, lies in the pursuit of virtue and wisdom, not in chasing external success. Before we move forward, we invite you to join our community of thinkers and learners. Imagine a world where tranquility reigns, where the chaos of the external world doesn't disturb your inner peace. Picture a life where you are immune to the whims of fortune and the caprices of fate. This is the world of Stoicism, a philosophy that has been guiding individuals towards personal growth and wisdom for over 2 millennia. Now picture yourself as part of a community that seeks to understand and apply the principles of Stoicism, a community that values wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance above all else. A community that encourages you to become the best version of yourself, to live in accordance with nature, and to find happiness within. By subscribing to our channel and hitting that notification button, you're not just becoming part of a community, you're opening the door to a new perspective. You're choosing to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to live life mindfully, to be present in the moment, to embrace adversity and transform it into an opportunity for growth. You're choosing to follow in the footsteps of the great Stoic philosophers like Seneca, who taught us that it isn't external events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. You're choosing to take control of your mind and emotions, to become the master of your own life. But this isn't just about self-improvement, it's about becoming part of something bigger. It's about joining a community of like-minded individuals who are dedicated to learning, growing, and supporting each other. It's about becoming part of a movement that seeks to bring the wisdom of Stoicism to the modern world. So, are you ready to embrace Stoicism today? Are you ready to join a community that values wisdom and personal growth? Are you ready to embark on your journey to self-discovery and inner peace? Join us, and let's embark on this journey of wisdom and self-discovery together. How can we apply the Stoic philosophy of Seneca in our daily lives? This is a question that sparks a journey towards self-improvement and enlightenment. Stoicism, a philosophy born in the bustling markets of ancient Greece, has found an enduring place in our modern world, and for good reason. It offers practical steps to navigate life's unpredictable waves, and today we'll explore how to incorporate these principles in our everyday lives. Firstly, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. In the grand theater of life, numerous elements are beyond our reach: the weather, the stock market, other people's opinions. However, our actions, our responses, our attitudes are within our control. By focusing on these, we avoid unnecessary stress and frustration, leading to a more productive and peaceful life. Next, Stoicism urges us to pursue wisdom and virtue. Stoic philosopher Seneca believed that wisdom was the highest good and virtue the path to attain it. Wisdom is not merely knowing facts, but understanding the nature of things, including ourselves. It's about making good decisions, being honest, just, and kind. Pursuing wisdom and virtue helps us live a meaningful life, aligning our actions with our values. Then, Stoicism advocates maintaining calmness in all situations. Life can throw curveballs, but Stoics like Seneca believed in equanimity, a steady, undisturbed mind regardless of circumstances. It's not about suppressing emotions, but understanding them and not allowing them to dictate our actions. This mental calmness aids in facing challenges with grace and resilience. Lastly, Stoicism encourages us to reflect on our actions, our decisions, our thoughts. This helps us learn, grow, and become better versions of ourselves. It's a lifelong process, but one that leads to self-improvement and enlightenment. So, how do we apply Stoicism in our daily lives? By focusing on what we can control, pursuing wisdom and virtue, maintaining calmness, and reflecting on our lives. By adopting Stoicism, we can cultivate a tranquil mind and a fulfilling life, just like Seneca. As we draw to a close, let's reflect on the power of Stoicism. Stoicism, as articulated by Seneca, is not just a philosophy, it is a way of life. It's a mindset geared towards tranquility, virtue, and understanding the natural order of things. It is about recognizing what is within our control and what is not, and focusing our energy on the former. The essence of Seneca's Stoicism lies in its simplicity. It encourages us to accept life as it comes, and not to be disturbed by events beyond our control. Think of it as a compass, guiding us through the turbulent waters of life. It teaches us to remain calm in the face of adversity, to maintain our composure in the midst of chaos. We've delved into the depths of Seneca's mind, unpacked the principles of Stoicism, and looked at his unique interpretation of this ancient philosophy. We've seen how Stoicism paves the way to happiness and how it can be applied in our daily lives. Seneca's Stoicism teaches us to be content with what we have, to value virtue above all else, and to understand that everything we need for a fulfilling life is already within us. It's about finding tranquility in acceptance, joy in simplicity, and strength in adversity. It's about understanding that we are part of a larger universe and that our lives are but fleeting moments in the grand expanse of time. In our fast-paced, ever-changing world, Stoicism has never been more relevant. It equips us with the tools to navigate life's ups and downs, to remain steadfast in our pursuit of virtue, and to find contentment in the present moment. It teaches us to value the quality of our lives, not just the quantity. Stoicism is more than just a philosophy. It's a lifelong journey towards understanding, acceptance, and tranquility. It's about recognizing the brevity of life, the inevitability of change, and the importance of living in accordance with nature. It's about striving for virtue, for wisdom, for tranquility. Incorporating Stoicism into our lives doesn't mean becoming emotionless or indifferent. Rather, it means understanding our emotions, accepting them, and not letting them control us. It means embracing the present moment, not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. It means understanding that happiness is not something to be pursued, but something to be found within ourselves. And so, as we conclude, let us remember the power of Stoicism. Let us remember its potential to guide us towards a fulfilling and tranquil life. Let us remember the wisdom of Seneca, and let us strive to incorporate his teachings into our lives. In the words of Seneca himself, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." Let us strive to make our lives good, not just long, by embracing the wisdom of Stoicism.